PlayStation 1, you have the black background with the pretty much a pastel coloring, but it's very there's very little color to it, so it fits well with the aesthetic.
Oh, I got a friend.
I love the Ragdoll physics, but I also hate it, especially when it's like you kill like 3 things in a room, and then it's like you're trying to leave the room and you got all these things. It's like
they're just stuck to your feet,
and it's not like they stop you from moving or slow you down in any way or get in your way, but it's like, no, get off of me. I don't know what's going on right now. I'm panicking. I don't need to panic more in Dark Souls.
I've got these things attached to my feet. Get off. You're kicking your feet trying to get them off.
It's like Blighttown. With those guys who jump on you.
Yes.
And it's like, and they're dogs. And it's like,
it always seems like they're molesting you when they jump on you.
I hate that. Any game that like takes away control like that for like a little bit, it doesn't make me mad, but it frustrates me. It's like, no, give it back.
I want to do things, please. Stop. You're making this harder on both of us.
But at least with Dark Souls, it's an intentional mechanic as opposed to like a cutscene every 5 seconds.
Oh, fuck. I love not cutscenes.
Yeah. Well, it's like, open a chest. Doesn't go... And it's like, no, it just, the chest opens, you pick it up and you walk away. It doesn't, you know what's going to happen.
The chest opens, it eats you, you die, and go back to the bonfire.
Those were so freaky the first time I found them. I was like, the best part was, it was like, I was going into Sen's Fortress and I was so afraid. And I was like, I have to watch a YouTube video for this. I'm not going into this blind. And it's like, see this guy, it's like, what is he, why is he pulling out his weapon when he's going after that chest? Why is he attacking it? Oh my god, whoa, with all the teeth and the giant tongue and...
What hath humanity wrought?
I was like, I'm not even going to bother. I'm not going to open up any chests in Sen's Fortress. I'm just going to walk by them all. It's not worth the nightmares. Because that's nightmare fuel right there.
Especially when they're laughing and chasing you. They're just prancing gleefully.
Oh god. Because I was watching your... Oh
yeah, I just finally unequipped my rusty iron ring here.
That iron ring is... And
oh, yeah.
Mimic check.
Mimic check. Even though I know, always mimic check.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things I'm going to be carrying into Dark Souls 2. Is sort of like... That's what's kind of great.
I can't wait until they find ways to subvert our expectations, so it's like, oh, I'm prepared for any mimic, and then something you wouldn't expect is a mimic.
Yeah.
Or there's like...
Or it's like...
reverse mimics.
Yeah, where you like attack the chest and something bad happens to you.
Or you can break the item inside. Yeah,
that would be...
Oh, fuck.
That would be a great way... Or the chest just explodes, it's a bomb. That would be great. You free the mimic from its chest... from its chest... I want to say cavity, but that's not the right word. But yeah, that would be...
It's chestial prison.
Yeah, there you go. It's prison of chestness.
By the way, if you go around the other way to this area, you just get completely swarmed by these guys.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah, so...
Because I remember this little... It's like, oh, look at these nice flowers. And it was like, oh, look at all these bad guys. Oh, look, I'm dead.
I love that, because you get the juxtaposition of flowers and bad guys, and that's totally intentional. Yeah. Just like everything.
I love how everything in Dark Souls pretty much wants to kill you.
And then you get wary when things don't. Like, what's your motive here?
Yeah, and that's
why aren't you trying to rip my skull out?
And then you carry that into every other RPG you play. It's like, bunch of guys walking there, bunch of guys with swords. I'm not gonna even go talk to them. It's like in Skyrim, I avoid all NPCs on the roads. You're probably a bandit.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that was a secret quest I missed out on.
Double kill.
So, I mean, because you're killing guys in like one hit here, do you feel like you're over leveled for this area right now? Or do you think it's intentional? Because I mean, you can compare like the difficulty of the bosses to other bosses and feel like, well, maybe like, because Gaping Dragon is obviously easier than Sif in my opinion.
Yeah, there's definitely a progression as far as like the amount of health they have, the amount of damage they do.
Yeah.
I think I might be a little over-leveled for this area, but it's got so many surprises and that fucker right there. See you later.
That's really good timing.
I was half tempted to do, well, what is it? But, you know, I don't want to push my luck.
Yeah, it would be great if there was like a situation like that where he just sits there and based, like you'd have to do a gesture, and based on the gesture you do, he like attacks you or flies away, or it's like you wave at him, he's like, okay, well this guy's not a bother, he's just nothing to
just
me.
Snorts and flies away.
Yeah, where it's like you go like, come at me, bro, and then it's like burned to death. And I think like that kind of like interaction, like non-combat interactions for Dark Souls 2 would be great, because it would be a wholly unexpected part of the game.
Welcome to Dark Souls, where we talk about Dark Souls 2. It's kind of inevitable.
Well, I mean, it's coming out very soon. I mean, we could argue that it's like, because it's coming out in like a month from when we're doing this.
Oh my god.
So, or at least for like PS3 or whatever, for consoles. There you go. Except for the Wii U, because no one wants to make third-party games for Nintendo. Poor Nintendo.
It's that gamepad.
It is. It's also they're not great with their third-party support.
No.
I'm so glad that when you kill those things, you just get the stuff, rather than you having to like go pick it up, because then you can just fall down that hole. And those holes are scary.
I love it. It's so ominous, and all this black goop.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck's going on here?
Well, it's like, it's obviously like there's this big infection. I think that, you know, they never explicitly say anything in Dark Souls. The most information you get about the game is that you're supposed to go ring 2 bells and that you're undead.
Yeah. Basically, like, here's your goal, and go wild.
And there's this thing called going hollow, and it's like, they don't really explain it, it feels like, but it's like at some point you sort of realize, it's like, oh, when you don't have a purpose anymore, you go hollow for when you're undead.
Yeah, it's like your will to live, basically.
Yeah. Well, like the whole thing with Sigmar was he wanted to go on an adventure.
And then he went on one fuck of an adventure.
Well, the thing was, every time he comes to a roadblock, the player basically does it for him. Like when you, like,
I have a friend actually who is so in love with Sigmar, and she's like, you know, why couldn't the chosen undead just be like, hey, I need your help for something, and make him feel better about it, so he's not constantly indebted to you. Yeah.
I feel like something like that would play well with like Fallout New Vegas's way to do like how they do like NPC companions.
At this point, I'm running away because I'm terrified of fighting both of those things.
Oh yeah, it's not fun. I mean, for me, I had like big. That's kind of scary.
Yeah, I'm not sure I want to do this.
You do a lot of two-handed stuff.
It's so useful.
It scares me. The shield is the bread and butter of my arsenal, even though I used a big two-handed weapon in the late game.
If you can dodge the enemy's attack, it's worth it for the extra damage.
That's true.
Like, you can go down from 4-hit kill to 3-hit kill, and that's huge.
Oh yeah, because it's that waiting for that last hit that will kill you likely.
Oh yeah. That's, by the way, I just want to rant about game mechanics for a moment here. I love that you do consistent damage in this game, and that you know how much you're going to hit for every time.
Yeah.
RPGs where it's like 1 to 1,000,000, how much damage will you do? They kind of work in like Diablo sense, because it's all about randomly generated loot, random, everything's random.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have that consistency and certainty, and you know your limits.
Mm-hmm.
You know where you stand.
Well, and it's like Dark Souls is very good at showing you your limits, even if it's, and I don't specifically mean dying, but it's like, it's more so specifically every enemy's got a health bar. It shows the number you do versus, not versus how much they have left, but it's like you see how much goes away on their health bar when you hit it. It's like, yes, okay, that did nothing. And this
you get a real sense of how much damage you're doing.
Yeah, and these jumps scare me.
Oh my god, I'm never comfortable jumping.
Well, it's like because I'm usually using the PS3 controller, and I'm like, what was the buttons for this again? It's like, I know
you just forget how to play the game entirely when you come up to a jump.
Well, it's like you do it so seldomly, so it's like, or at least I do it so seldomly. I mean, I'm not going to be jumping in this game. I'll find another. No shortcuts for me.
I'm gonna walk.
Yeah, for me it was like, okay. There was times where it's like I would bring my laptop out and I would like, okay, I'm gonna leave it on, or I would write down what the thing is for jumping. It's like when I come to a jump, piece of paper. Okay.
Reference guide.
Well, it's yeah. I mean, because I know it's like I can't remember what it is. It's like
well, you sprint and then you quickly tap the sprint button again to do a jump.
yeah, that's what it was. It wasn't like you do a roll when you're sprinting, which I thought it was a lot of times. This was not. It was not. So yeah.
I'm guessing there's a couple stories behind that.
Yeah, and then there was like the big undead dragon that was in where was it? It was in the painted world of I can't pronounce the
Ariam?
Yeah, Aramis, or whatever. Where it's like you know where the big dragon legs are at the end? Mm-hmm. That you have to do the plunging attack.
Dragon butt.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know how to do this. I had to go online for that because it was like I attacked it. I stood there for like 5 minutes just hitting it with my big axe, and it's like, no, that's not doing anything. And it's like there's no indication you're supposed to do like a plunging attack.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. I think they changed it with a patch, and
Probably.
I was horribly confused.
Well, there used to be a while ago. It was bugged. I remember, because I remember going online and be like, how do I get past this? And it's like normally what it's supposed to do is it's just supposed to like after you beat that boss, it's supposed to stand up.
Oh, okay.
I believe. Like after you beat like the front half of his body, I guess.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And then it was like, it's like, oh, the way to unglitch it is to do a plunging attack, apparently. I guess. I mean, I'm not 100% sure on that. I mean, I've only played the game once through, so it was kind of weird. But yeah, like plunging attacks.
I like seeing them trim the trees.
It's those things that's like, you don't notice the first time you play it, and then you sort of see it, and it's like, because I never sneak.
Oh, okay. You're always just like, trump, trump, trump.
Well,
I'm going to smash you.
Well, the thing is, I've got like Havel's gloves, Smo's leggings.
You can't sneak like that. You make too much noise.
And I also just wanted to look silly.
Yeah.
The vistas in this game are just so.
I know.
And it's like is everything built super high and on cliffs?
Yes.
That
is the best way to construct ever.
Because it's like you're looking like I was thinking about it the other day because when we were talking about.
Oh, did I zone out here? I was probably talking about something. Sorry.
Okay.
I interrupted you.
That's okay. I remember because we were talking about how it's like Dark Souls is very like compact in its level design, and there's very few areas where you wander off in the wrong direction. Mm-hmm. Like there's no big expanses. It's like there's a stairway here and like a platform here, and then another like.
Yeah, it's all claustrophobic mostly.
Yeah, and I noticed that it's like they built their cities in a very cavernous area. It's like this is a canyon, this is a mountain, this is a bunch of pits.
Oh look, another double team. Just run away. It's the only solution. So I think, actually I go through this area and I managed to find all of the scattered items.
Oh, okay.
Which I almost never do the first time.
Is it mostly the stone giant armor?
Yeah, the Guardian stuff.
Right.
I always miss one or two.
It's a pretty cool set. I really like the chest piece because it's like really like a huge like barrels thing.
Yeah.
It also has asymmetrical shoulder pads.
Oh, I don't remember that. I don't wear that stuff very often. As you can tell, I'm more of a light to mid-roll.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you prefer the maneuverability.
Mm-hmm.
So
I fucking love dodging.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's like I suck at parrying.
Okay.
Once I was like pretty much at the Bell Gargoyles when I decided what kind of, and it was like those knights in there who like the Balder knights who have like the round shield and like the rapier.
Yeah.
It's like I'm pretty sure they're partially there to get you to start parrying more.
Oh yeah.
Because they really wait for their attacks, and it's like I tried doing the timing. I'm like, no, this probably isn't my thing. I'm not gonna try and rely on that. I'm just gonna go like full armor, shield, big weapon.
And I got totally addicted to parrying. Now I don't know how to play without it.
I mean, it's an awesome mechanic. And if I was less of a noob, I would do it a lot more. Because it's so cool. It's so satisfying.
Oh my god, is it ever?
Because it's like...
And then like you have a guy who's just walking around, he jump attacks you, parry, boom.
Oh yeah.
Take that.
When you fought Kirk in Izalith, like the Dark Wraith Kirk.
Oh yeah.
For like the last time, and it's like he comes at you, you're like, oh, I've been waiting for a good battle, and then it's like he comes at you, you parry him, you, and then it's like you better get up, you kill him. It's like, and I guess I'll have to wait for a good battle. I was like, that was quite a good scene. As it's just so satisfying with those sound effects, because it's sort of like everything else falls away, and you get that sort of boom. Yeah. Same with backstabs.
Another thing about this game, the sound design rocks.
Yeah, like I said, like they put so much design into every aspect of it. It's
Can't take that shortcut yet. Not sure I want to. Oh, I remember the Artorias fight. It turns out really well.
Oh, good.
Like
mine was kind
of. It's a good fight.
I think mine was kind of boring because at this point I was so over leveled that I was carrying the demon great axe or the great demon axe or whatever it's called, the one that the Taurus demon has.
Right. Were you doing one-handed?
I could be doing one.
Holy shit!
I was able to do one-handed, but I mostly did it in two hands because I like the animation more for it.
Do you ever just like when you're wandering around, you just attack random walls, hoping that it's a secret wall?
No, but I should probably get into the habit of it. Because I mean, that's another thing. It's like Dark Souls has all it's sort of like the first Zelda game in that sense, where it has all these rules that you're unfamiliar with, and you learn them as you start playing. You sort of become more of an inhabitant of the world, and
that describes it so perfectly.
Yeah, there's this article about like why the first Zelda game is the best Zelda game and how they've been progressively getting worse, and it sort of talks about that.
Nice.
Let me guess.
Well, look, it's 4chan.
By a shadowy limb and right off the pass.
I kind of like this guy. He's a lovable asshole.
He's cool, but it's like I really love how they did like
at least
your later interaction with him after like you come back and you. I don't want to spoil what happens.
Go ahead.
Okay, well after he invades you and you beat him and then you talk to him and he gets all frumpy.
Yeah.
He's like,
I won't talk to you. Go away.
Yeah.
He's all insulted. It's great.
I also noticed you usually only have 5 Estus flasks.
Think of anything.
Yeah, I've got to the point where I usually don't kindle bonfires because
you probably feel confident.
Yeah.
A legendary abyss walker from the old tales.
See, for me, it's like
if you haven't, it's just as well.
Every other bonfire gives me about 10.
Sort,
yeah.
If you ask me.
That's where all my humanity went, and that's why I got no drops.
So long.
I think 10 is like the perfect number.
Yeah. Although it was like, I think I boosted it up to like 15 or something for when I did the Gwyn fight.
That's fair. Because if you're not parrying, Gwyn is a beast.
Yeah. Well, the thing was, it was like with Gwyn, I was like, I'm confident I can beat him. So I just did my two-handed one. I did like the two-handed thing, and and it was interesting because it was hard to get behind him, but it was a lot of fun, like dodging. Like that boss, that's such a good boss fight.
I figure I'm gonna die here, so I sent the elevator up for a shortcut.
That's smart. Yeah, the Artorias fight it's good. Like, I mean, I can't stress how good this game is.
From Software, let us fillet you more.
It's hard not to.
I know. No, I completely agree. I love them.
Well, it's like when you, like, if you play a lot of, like AAA games, and you know a lot of them are okay, but not a lot of them are great.
They'll entertain you.
Yeah, like Naughty Dog is really great at making a game that's a movie, pretty much, and they do a really great job at it. Like, I would never complain after watching The Last of Us because it was so great.
Oh fuck, I'm going in here with 3 Estus? Really?
Big balls.
Big balls. Oh, I really want to play The Last of Us.
It's really good.
I love that so much. You see this guy and you're like, oh, who's this freaky person? And then, I am the one who you will be fighting.
He's got a cool, like, helmet thing going on where it's, like, just a cowl, and then he's got, like, a crown thingy on top of it.
Yeah. His whole design is just...
Yeah.
boss. In more than one sense.
I guess the thing I'm probably most excited for is to see games other than like Demon Souls and Dark Souls that From Software is going to be doing.
Well,
like later in the future.
They have a bunch of earlier games too. I think it's
Yeah.
Kingsfield.